Alright everyone, Coach Reyes here. So let's try some more Puzzle Rush. Here again, we're going to solve as many problems as we can in 5 minutes, and if we get 3 wrong, then we're out. So let's get started. I'll explain, I'll go through them and explain them as we go. So if at any time, if I'm going a little too fast, feel free to pause the video and take a little bit of time to look at the puzzle, or go back and rewind as well if we go a little too fast. So let's start here. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, here it looks like we have a checkmate in 1 with the bishop and queen battery on h7. So queen to h7. Here it looks like we have a weak back rank with the rook to c8 will lead to checkmate. The rook comes back and rook takes with checkmate. Here the bishop is attacking my rook on e1, but I think there's a strong attack here. There should be a strong attack here for white. Why can't I just attack the queen with rook f1? The queen can't take because the rook comes over and the rook is trapped. So let's play there. Oh, I got it wrong. Okay. That one looked a little tricky. I think I have a checkmate in 1 with the rook over to g5 here. I have a discovery check with the pawn on c5, winning the bishop, at least. Let's see if I find something stronger really fast. I think that might just be the problem there. Okay, and now the follow-up. They want to follow up. Take the bishop, or is there a stronger move? I don't see immediate checkmates. Let's take the bishop. I got a hanging knight on e4. Everything else is defended, it looks like, so this is just a hanging piece. Let's see here. I have a rook I can take here with the bishop winning the exchange. I can also take the pawn and forking the 2 knights here. What can I do? Oh, I can also play bishop to c5 with the fork on the king and the queen. That's a much stronger threat. So we'll go there, and then we win the exchange there. My bishop's under attack on b5, but let's see. We have a weak back rank, which will lead to checkmate. So rook to d8 looks like the correct sequence. Knight goes back, we take with the rook. The rook goes back, we take the rook with checkmate. Here, I want to take the rook, but we have a checkmate pattern here. Queen to e5 first. Queen to e5 check, pawn advances, but we take the pawn because the rook has to advance, and now we play the rook to d8, and that's checkmate. Basic pattern. Okay, here I want a checkmate, but I can't play rook a7 right away. I have to coordinate my rooks. I also got a bishop here. Didn't see that. So why can't I play bishop here? Check. That's checkmate. There. Okay. I've got 2 more minutes. Let's see. Bishop is under fire, but I would like to be able to move the bishop with a discovery attack. Here, rook takes. I just gotta find the right sequence here. Bishop to c3, rook takes, and then I can just take the knight. I think I'm okay. Yeah, rook takes. Rook takes. Yeah. Guard the bishop. But I can attack the knight this way. And now I'm going to win the knight next move, because it's under attack twice. So I'm under check. I can't move I can move the king over to f8. Or I can take the bishop, rook takes or knight takes. Let me see if we have something stronger though. I can take with the knight. Knight takes bishop. Bishop takes bishop, but I have this. I can take with the queen. Queen takes, king takes, and then the knight drops. Yeah, I'm going to lose everything. So I have to find the right order here. I have 47 seconds. Whew. If I just move out of the way, I think everything holds. Yeah, I think I just gotta move out of the way here. Yeah, that one's tricky. Okay. I've got discoveries against the queen. No, that won't work. So I'm going to drop a rook. So what is the threat here? Queen here. Queen there. Yeah, no. 13 seconds left. Oh, can I solve this one? Can I solve it in time? What about king into the queen, sacrifice in the corner? I'm not going to get it. It's okay. I'm taking the rook. I was just going to take the rook there at the end, but it's okay. I got 10 problems. Let's see. I got 2 wrong, and that's unfortunate. So let's see what I did wrong. We'll play again here in a second, but let's go back and look at this one. Says ranked 703, but let me see. Let's play it again. Here it's a mate in 2. It looks like. So yeah, I definitely missed it. This rook is hanging. I was too focused on this bishop and rook discovery on the queen here that I didn't see this move in time. And now when the king moves out of the way, now I can move the rook over here, and now we have a checkmate. So I was blinded to seeing the right checkmate because I was chasing some other tactic on the other side of the board. So that's a common mistake in some of these tactics. Okay, so let's go back. Next tactic, nope. How do I go back? Oops. I don't know why I did that. Okay, sorry, my bad. We want to go back to Puzzle Rush. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, there it was. Okay, so let's close that off. Okay, so that was on 703. That problem was a mate in 2. Let's see this one here. Okay, this one I got. This one I didn't even see at all. So let's look at it again. There's a lot of trades here going on in the center of the board. So when there's a lot of calculations, you just have to be sure to get the right sequence. So my initial idea was knight takes bishop, and the idea being that this knight would be hanging, but there's going to be trades on e7 because there would be. Let me see if I can highlight. There's there's the queen, and then there's the bishop here that are all pointing to e7. And so the knight moving will expose the bishop. So I would lose 2 pieces, and he would lose 2 pieces as well. And then I would lose the knight on d7 afterwards, after all of the exchanges. So if he let me see. If I take the bishop with the queen now, bishop takes queen. Or queen takes bishop, sorry. Knight takes, I can't retake right away with the king, so I'd have to take with the knight first. So, and then bishop takes, and then I don't have a recapture. So I'm down a lot of material. So then there's something that I'm not seeing here. There's a simple tactic that I'm not seeing. So it's either knight takes or queen takes. Let's start with the knight takes because that's the obvious one. So then rook takes first. But then I have bishop takes, and that does win. That'll win. That'll win the queen, and then we'll win the exchange. The problem with this move is that it's not forced. Yeah, this rook takes knight here is not forced. Move 2 is not forced here. Why doesn't this work? Why doesn't just bishop takes bishop? Let's go to analysis. Okay, bishop takes d7, knight takes d7. Queen h5 check. Black can play queen h. White can play queen h5 check. G6. Knight takes. Bishop takes check. F4 blocking. And then we just take on b2. And black is winning here. According to the engine. Yeah, this is certainly not this is certainly not an 800 level problem. Unless the 800 player makes a mistake. Okay, so bishop takes d7. There's also b takes c3. White can take on. No, we don't want to look at that. We want to see the alternatives here. Knight takes d7. We already looked at the queen h5 check line. There's a king f8 line. And then queen takes on d7. But that's alternative moves for white. We don't want the alternative moves. We want alternative moves with rook takes d7. Okay. Bishop takes e7. This is a line I want to see here. Bishop takes e7. Pawn takes with check. Okay. King moves out of the way. Queen takes on e7. Queen takes on e7. Check. King takes e7. I lose a knight. Right now, the knight on d7 is gone. Takes. Check. I mean, we're up. We're up, but we're up just barely. Because we're up an exchange here. That was hard to see. Even for me. Hard to see. It says white is up 2 points here. You can see the evaluation up here. So yeah, that was a tough one. I'm not I'm not at all displeased that I got that one wrong. I'll get that one wrong. I would have had to guess. Okay, cool. So there was one more. This first one here. I think maybe I just moved a little too quickly on this one. Here. No, I don't think I even saw this one. So let's look at this. Try this one again. What tactic was I chasing? I played rook f1 here. Rook f1, attacking the queen, but that wasn't the right move. Is this another back rank one? Yeah, this is a back rank mate in 1. Yeah, I missed it. I just completely didn't see it. Checkmate. Oh my gosh! Ooh, alright. So we had just a checkmate in 1, basic checkmate in 1. I hope you guys saw that one. I hope you saw that. Okay, basic checkmate. The rook is pinned. The rook here's the rook on f7 is pinned. It cannot come back to defend, which is what I missed. Checkmate. Okay. Very good. All right. Awesome. So we got 10. Let's see if we can improve. Let's see if we can do more than 10, and let's try to get less than 2 wrong. So we want to shoot for better score and a better percentage as well. We want to go for 100%. Let's go back to Puzzle Rush. I think I get 2 tries. All right, let's try it again. One more time. As you can see, my all-time high is 15, so we definitely want to push it just a little bit more. Okay, good. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Black to move. We've got a fork. I'm looking for a checkmate, but why do I want a checkmate? There's just a simple fork. Let's go for the simple fork. This is another simple knight fork on the king and the queen. We just win the queen. Back rank checkmate. Back rank checkmate. And then we take the rook. Checkmate in 2. Okay, good. Warming up, warming up. We have another back rank checkmate here with the rook on e1. Taking with check. The king moves out of the way. And I think we just checkmate with the queen here. Behind it. Sometimes your pieces will get behind the enemy king. Do I have a checkmate in 1 here? I do. Queen and bishop on f2. Variation of the fool's mate. It's just a little bit later on in the game. Here we have a checkmate in 1 with the rooks. Here, is this the correct rook? Looks like it. Looks like it. I think either rook might work there. I'm not. No, I had to play with that rook. Okay, let's see here. We have a hanging bishop. So after the discovery check here, I win the bishop, but I won't win it outright. How can I win it outright? I can win the knight, take the knight first. There's going to be some exchanges, but I have the bishop check intermediate move. Do I win the piece? I'm going to win a piece. The queen, then I take queens first, and then I take the bishop. So let's see if that works. I think this works. Yep, queen, take the queen first, because defending the bishop, knight takes, and now bishop takes, and we win the piece. Let's see. King's in the corner. There might be a checkmate attack. Well, there's a hanging pawn here. Yes, and then there'll be checkmate next move. So rook takes and checkmate next move. Take with the rook. Okay, then there'll be checkmate in 2. Can I checkmate here? No. Can I checkmate with this knight? No. I gotta take the bishop. And then checkmate after that. Okay, I've got 3 minutes, under 3 minutes. Pawn advances, but what's the threat here? Back rank? First? I have to soften the defenses first, it looks like. Take the rook first, and then sacrifice the queen for a checkmate there. Okay, we have this rook here on this open file. We don't quite have a checkmate yet, it doesn't look like, because the bishop is on that square. The bishop's covering the h1 square. So, what am I missing? Oh, this pawn is pinned. The b2 pawn is pinned, I win a piece. And if he takes with the pawn, then rook takes rook with check, and probably mate afterwards. Okay, so that was that. This one here, I can attack the rook. Is the rook trapped? No, the rook can still move out of the way. But the queen is also in trouble. Okay, the queen is hanging, so we have a discovery attack with an attack on the queen. So check, drop, sacrifice the bishop, win the queen. Okay, here we go. We've got a pawn here that's hanging. Can we just take it? Free pawn. I don't see any counterattacks. But do I take with the rook or do I take with the queen? Offer the queens. No, I just take with the rook. Looking for stronger moves. Oh, the rook is pinned. Oops. Okay, so definitely we can't do that. So what am I missing? Back rank checkmate? Nope. Bishop moves. Queen moves. Queen takes. We're just going to win a pawn here. But we're going to be up a piece already, so let's just exchange. Okay, here we go. We have threats. We have a check here with the rook. And then I think we're going to set up a checkmate, because the king is very exposed. Yep. So where's the checkmate? Queen here? Queen here? No. Queen here, here. Queen here will win the knight, so that wins a piece. Let me just make sure there's no checkmate, because sometimes they will trick us. Sometimes we'll get tricked. No, there's no checkmate. Okay, let's take the knight. Hanging bishop. But do I take with the knight? I think I have to take with the knight. Oh, wait, he's got queen takes g7 afterwards. So... oh, it's okay, the bishop can play to f6. Okay, I'm okay. 2 seconds, I'm not going to get this one. But, ooh, very good. I got 14. I almost broke my, I almost did my all-time best. It was 15. Very good. And we shot for perfect score. That looks kind of perfect to me. 14 out of 14. Very good. Let's go with this last one here. See if we can solve it. It's rated 803. Of course, some of these ratings of these puzzles are up for speculation. I'm not sure. Some of these seem a little bit more difficult than they actually are, but that maybe I'm just not sharp tactically. So white to play here. I think we would well, my bishop's under attack. It is safe. Ooh, let me think. What's the tactical threat here? Well, we have this pawn on g7 that's under some pressure. Oh, we just got a pawn fork. Yeah, don't forget about our pawns. Let's not forget about our pawns. Pawn f7. Forking, winning the exchange here. Because now the king's in check, and it's got to get out of check, and now the rook on e8 will fall. There's a fork here. Typical pawn fork. Alright, very good. So thank you all so much for joining me. I think they're not going to let me do another puzzle rush. I can try. I can try. Here in the next couple of days, weeks, months, years, I will be I will be renewing my chess.com membership. I haven't done it yet, but let me see if they let me do it. We'll do one more. Let's try it. Start. Yep. I'm going. Let's do it. They're gonna let me do it. Black to move. Back rank checkmate. Queen to e d1 is a checkmate. Okay. White to move. Oops. Look at the right one. I think I win a piece here. Queen takes on c6 with the check, and the bishop is hanging. Or I take the rook, depending on where the king moves. Again, another back rank checkmate. Queen to d8, check. The queen has to jump in the way, and then we win checkmate next. Here, there's a checkmate threat on the board. Yep, queen takes there. I don't see that it can be defended. And we would checkmate next move. Same thing here. I think we've got a back rank checkmate on e1. Whoa. We've got a fork here. Winning the queen. Winning the exchange there. Basic fork. There. Let's see. We have a hanging knight. Can we just take it? We can win a pawn here, but I think we can just take the knight. Oh no, we got to watch out because we've got the back rank counter threat, but I can defend it. So yes, this is okay. We stop the check there, but can we keep up the pressure here? The queen's under attack. Where do I move the queen? Just take the pawn here, winning the rook. Everybody see that? And then we win the rook. Ooh, let's take the queen here because we're already up material. So when we're up material, he's threatening checkmate in one. So we have to come up with our own threat. And there's a check and then a checkmate here. So he blocked the check there. But let me see. White to move. We can play... Ooh. Why can't I push the pawn forward with the check on the king? And then I think he's in checkmate. No, he's not in checkmate yet. But we win the rook. And now he's in checkmate. Let's see. Here, the king is almost trapped. The black king is. Can I just take the pawn and then threaten mate next move? I think I can. Yeah, just take the pawn. He takes my pawn, but I think I have checkmate here. Okay. Let's see. Queen can play there. Check, removing the defender. No, there's nothing to remove there. I can win a piece with rook f8. Rook f3, sorry. That wins a piece. He goes out of the way, so I just win the queen. He's attacking my knight. That's okay. Can I move the knight out of the way? Maybe. Looking at this weakened king, but I think I just need to move the knight out of the way. Where do I move him? Knight to e4. We're going to trade off the knights. Still going to drop my pawn. Maybe I can just take the knight here. I didn't see that. That took me way too long to see. Do I have a checkmate threat with queen here to d3? No, because we can't cover this square. What about queen here? Knight moves. Black to move. This is taking me a while. I can just win a bishop with queen here. No, I can't win that bishop. I can play queen here. Go back and then queen check. No, I can't checkmate there. I'm a little stuck here. Oh, I'm thinking wrong here. This knight can play there. Well, it's just going to lose to the queen. Ooh, this is difficult. Why am I struggling here? Why am I struggling? Queen here. The king goes back. The knight can move in. We might be able to get a checkmate there. I'm looking for a really strong move. Yeah. Now the knight moves in. Yeah. So maybe there's a checkmate that follows. Okay, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta win this one here. Bishop takes. Rook takes. Nope. Take the knight. Just take the knight. Now we're gonna lose the bishop. Ooh, I want to get it right. Yeah, no, I pushed too hard. I pushed too hard for it. My queen's under attack, but let's just take it. Queen takes and then rook checkmates. Here, I think it's okay. We take and then pawn advances. There you go. And my bishop is pinned, but that's okay because he has it. Do I have checkmate? Yes. And then check here. Oh, I almost got it. I almost got it. All right. Well, it looks like I broke my record. 15 puzzle rushes. I improved, but I did get one wrong. I pushed a little too hard on that one, but it's okay. It's okay. I was able to come back. So let's see where I messed up there. I was still pretty happy. I got 16. I broke my puzzle rush record, and I got into the 1,000 rated problems, according to chess.com. Let's see here I think I had the right mating sequence, I just didn't have the time. So we play king here. The king has only one move into the corner. We have the discovery. Oh no, no, no. What did I do wrong? Let's redo it. Where's the discovery? If I go here, there's a discovery, but we don't have a mate. So what do they want me to do? Just win a piece? Oh, because the rook. Yeah, so I gotta guard it. I can't trade it off. Maybe they want me to discover it here? Oh, yes, because checkmate. Okay. I went the wrong way with the rook. I went the wrong way with the rook. Okay. Very good. So that was that one. And then 885 here. How did I miss this one? Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. My rook is... let's see. My bishop was under attack. The idea was with this rook, putting pressure on the bishop. But it looked like it was adequately defended. Unless I missed a tactic. Maybe the queen is trapped? No, the queen can't be trapped. Because the queen will just take the bishop and holds everything. So let's do this. If I take the bishop... Oh, I threatened checkmate. That's right. So if I play bishop here, now I'm threatening checkmate in 1. He can take the rook. See, rook takes on e4 doesn't work now because we'll take queen takes on g2. So he has to respond to the bishop, and then he drops a rook, no matter what he does. If king takes bishop, then rook takes rook, and then queen takes rook, and now we're up with check, and then the knight will fall next after white gets out of check, or after we trade off everything. So that was the sequence there. I missed it. I had the idea, but I couldn't calculate it all out, and then I moved too fast. So there we go. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me, and we'll be doing more Puzzle Rush. Puzzle Rush is great. It's a lot of fun, and it really gets you really sharp on your tactics. So I hope everyone is doing really well, and until next time, have a good one. Bye.